It's another day, another crazy story. This was a couple of days old, but man, I was going to talk about this yesterday. I just did not have time. We're really doing this. We're really going to not fund movies with facial scarred villains. Oh Lord, why? Are people that superficial that they need somebody to represent them, even that they're even so wrapped up in this representation crap that they care how the bad guys look? Like the bad guys are supposed to be, they're supposed to be scary a lot of the time. And yes, it's an old stereotype that people with scars on their face or deformities are bad people because they look bad. And I get it. I get it. But at the same time, it doesn't affect your life. I mean, we know that we have moral lessons. We know that not everybody with scar tissue on their face is a bad person. Hell, I mean, and this is coming from me, right? I don't even know if this is going to show up on camera. Like, I have... I can talk about this, okay? I have a lot of scarring. I have issues. I have not the perfect body type. I have not the perfect face. I have not the we all, that's the point. We all have something that is not perfect in our own opinion. We all have something that we zero in on, you know. Some people focus on their nose or their eyes or, you know, their thighs or whatever. Everybody has something that they focus on that makes them feel self-conscious. And the solution is not to dictate and bitch and piss and moan at the film industry for how characters look. Neither is having this false sense of representation that the film industry has nowadays, and that is trying to shove down these people's throats. And a lot of this comes from this generation of people where everybody got a medal, the participation award, everybody's special. The kind of snowflake generation where everybody has to feel accepted. Everybody has to feel equal. Everyone has to feel unique. But what happens is not a one of them feels special or unique because they're so used to being told that they have to fit into this certain little box to be special. It's like this is like people who justify their own sexuality by seeing a gay character on screen. It's like, no, just be happy with who you are. Just be you. Let the people on TV and be ideal body types or ideal hideous body type. You know, let the villains have scars. What is your problem, people? It's fiction. It's not reality. Are we forgetting, like, the ugly duckling stories? Are we forgetting, you know, don't judge a book by its cover? Because clearly that's what we're doing. We're judging every single character and an actor and person just on their physical outward appearance. This is why people come to my channel and think I'm an SJW, because I have bright red hair. Because we are so used to this generation of people that get stuck in their little representation bubble, in their little, you know, well, if you look like this, then you are this thing. And we aren't being taught what's inside that counts anymore. We aren't being taught what type of person you are is more important. You know, you have all these jerks on Twitter and social media and these things who go around basically virtue signaling for likes without actually goddamn doing a thing about anything in the world that they're trying to fix. You know, they complain that a girl is culturally appropriating Asian culture by wearing a traditional Chinese style dress to her prom, but they aren't going out there donating to any Chinese children orphan charities where, you know, that's still... Last I heard, that was still a pretty big problem where a lot of the girls are just kind of being thrown into orphanages or flushed down toilets in China because males are more valuable. That's the last time I heard. You know, if they really want to get butthurt, they can donate to a charity. They can adopt a child if they really, really give a crap. But they don't. They just want the like, and they want to virtue signal. They want their little endorphin for 30 seconds. It's the same thing like playing a mobile game with these people. It's the exact same mentality. It's like, what can I say to get instant likes and retweets and get people to follow what I'm saying on Twitter or Instagram or Snapchat or any of these other. Tumblr, I guess, is the really bad one as well. So that's where all this mentality comes from. And they don't actually care. They're not social justice advocates. They don't actually do anything for social justice. They just want their little like, and they want their endorphin rush, and they want to complain about something. But yeah, I'm sure I'll rant some more. Let's just get into the article here. I'm going to pull you up full screen right now. So this is from IndieWire. This is a few days old. I know a lot of people are talking about this. I really wanted to yesterday, but holy crap. So the PFI has announced it's supporting the hashtag I am not your villain campaign for its future productions. Oh boy. British Film Institute, BFI, has announced it will no longer fund movies featuring villain characters with facial scars. The organization's decision supports the growing hashtag I am not your villain campaign, started by Changing Faces, the United Kingdom's leading charity group for people with a visible difference, such as a mark or a scar. Because that's all that matters to these people, is what's on the outside, apparently. That's what it seems like to me. I mean, it starts out from a nice, noble support group so people don't feel like crap about themselves. And then that's all they have in their lives, apparently. I don't know. I'm not trying to be insensitive here. I'm really, really not. But you're coming from a place of good intent. I get it. You guys are coming from a place of good intent. You don't want people with facial scars or differences to feel like they're being targeted as being the villain in film. Guess what, though? They're not. Is what, Joe Blow with a scar across his face? Is his name the Joker? No, it's not. Okay? So, I get you guys are coming from a place of compassion. I get you're coming from a place of this quote-unquote representation stuff. But maybe focus a little more on having Joe Blow find some self-esteem for himself. I don't know his name. I'm just making him up. Instead of going after films. People know the difference. People should know the difference between reality and film. We used to not be this stupid. I guess we are now. I guess we're this stupid now. Idiocracy is real. De-evolution is real. That's a thing. The group has made their mission to destigmatize facialized scars in film and television, since scarring is often used on villains. See the Joker, Darth Vader, and more. And now the BFI is vowing to support that effort. You know what? Then don't watch British movies. Go watch anime. Right now. I can't believe I'm telling you this. Go watch anime. There's a million... I'm just guessing off the top of my head here. Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't there like a million sort of scar representation characters out there in anime that are not the villains? One comes to mind. It's a visual novel. I can't remember her name now. Katawa Shoujo. And I'll probably... Oh my god, there's a second one. Characters. Probably Hanako is her name. Her name is Hanako. And she has scarring all over her face. Here, let me just pull her up. Oh god, I hope this better not be porn, because this game does have some porn to it. Okay, that's a perfectly safe image. Right. So, this is a video game where you can date any number of differently abled people. This girl has scarring over her face because I believe she was in a fire. I did not play her route. The routes I did play were the routes of the girl who's blind, the blonde down here. I can't remember her name. I played this girl's route. She doesn't have legs. I believe I even played the route of either the deaf girl or the girl without arms. That is the point of this visual novel. And I know that there's probably anime out there like it. I'm not even the expert. I am so not the expert on anime. And the fact that I'm sending people to anime for more proper representation, for representation without the stick up its ass, to showcase good guy characters, it kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm not the hugest anime person in the world. But even I understand that this whole representation stuff is just bull. It's just bull crap. It is just, there are positive role models out there that you have to focus so much on on this thing. And yeah, I get it. That's what their charity was designed to do, was to take the negative stigma out of there. But maybe instead of going after the film industry, maybe support stuff that shows positive body images. If you care that much. If you really care that much. Or no, we're just in this mentality where everybody has to be outraged about something. Everybody has to complain about something. Myself included, I'm complaining about the article. We have to be so outraged that we have to go and protest and stop and tweet about and dictate, because we're so goddamn self-important in this day and age, apparently, that we can do that. We can just dictate how the world, and bend the world to our whims. Gee, if I could do that, I would be a supervillain on, the internet and stuff. And I wish I could. I really wish I could. Oh, there's more to this article. Do we even care? I don't know if I even care anymore. Yes, we fully support Changing Faces, I'm Not Your Villain campaign and urge the rest of the film industry to do the same. Maybe, and like I said, support positive body images. Seriously. Becky Hewitt, Changing Faces chief executive, added, the film industry has such power to influence the public with its representation of diversity. Oh yeah, here we go. Buzzword, 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 with its buzzword of buzzword of buzzword that doesn't actually mean anything. It only means something to people who have nothing in their lives, who need somebody who looks like them on screen to justify their own existence. And yet films use scars looking different as a shorthand for villainy far too often. Well, I go after Disney. I'm pretty sure they had a lion with a scar across his face on The Lion King. Maybe boycott the new Lion King if you're really that upset by it. Not only will the BFA stop funding films with facially scarred villains, but it'll also attempt to course-correct the conversation around visible differences by financing the film Dirty God. Okay, so this is fine. The drama is set to premiere at Sundance in January as a burn survivor re-entering society after an acid attack. There you go. That's all you need to do. You don't need to attack the villains for having scars. Okay, why is it important? Let me get into this. Why is it important to have a villain that has scarring or looks mean, looks evil? Why does Mama Fratelli from the Goonies look the way she does? Let me bring up an image. If you guys don't know who Mama Fratelli is from the Goonies, then you're probably not my age. You're not old as dirt. Anne Ramsey. She's probably one of the most, from what I've heard, I heard she was probably one of the sweetest women ever, right? She played bad guys. Why? Because you want some immediate fear and intimidation. You want sympathy. This is psychology 101. You want to sympathize with the heroes, and you want to be angry at the villain. How do you do that? By having some sort of character trait that makes them unattractive, that makes them mean looking. This is all subconscious stuff. This is kind of coming from the same place in the brain where humans have evolved to be afraid of spiders because they're creepy and they're mean looking. Usually if something is visually unappealing and or ugly and scary, creepy, whatever, we've evolved that way to avoid danger. We have gut instincts. We've evolved that way to avoid danger. And when we're making the point to remove scar tissue on villains, ugly villains, we're making a point to have ugly heroes and beautiful villains, we're weakening the message. We're going against our evolution on a lot of this stuff. I don't understand how we got so stupid that you have the old witch characters, you have people like Mama Fratelli, you have people like the Joker to kind of appeal to your basic subconscious brain, that part of your brain that's afraid of spiders, afraid of creepy things. This is why Freddy Krueger, guy with burn scars all over his face, he's also a really bad person. He was a child molester and murderer. So this is why you have villains like that. Because that gives it one step further. It gets into your subconscious. And when we stop doing these sort of things, when the villains can no longer even have scarring, when the villains can't be ugly, they can't be unattractive, where the heroes have to look like the rest of us, there's a time in film where you would put the pretty people on screen and you would have the ugly people as the villains. Because psychology, because we want to look at something pretty, we want to root for something pretty, we find things visually appealing, sexually desirable. We have these basic biological urges. And now we're going against that with all this false representation, this award, everybody gets an award generation, the snowflake generation. I don't know, I'm tired of this. I am so tired of this. There are ways to show scar tissue as pretty, or as a person, there are always ways to combat it. There's always the ugly duckling stories. There's always the Katawa Shoujo, this movie that they're even talking about in the article. There are always ways to do that without censoring other projects. And that's kind of what they're doing. They're just basically censoring other projects. They're censoring what can and can't be seen, or they're trying to, because they don't like it. Like, you know what? People are just going to laugh at you even more. They're going to say, except maybe in this PC culture, where people are like, oh yes, we need our virtue signal points, so I'm going to give you a like on Twitter and retweet what you said, because that's the least I can do, And most of these people who hit the like button on Twitter don't make a video about it. They don't have a YouTube channel. They don't have an opinion. They just hit like and retweet, or they'll have like one little quip if you disagree with them. I don't know. What do you guys think? I've been rambling about this long enough. I don't even care to finish the article on this one. It's just so infuriating. I can't find words half the time for some of these articles. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am MechaRandom42. I am your favorite YouTube harpy. I probably forgot to give you guys the wave at the beginning, so I'll do it at the end. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video or live stream. Bye!